I want to show you how you can handle time in your game engine. This means how you can limit your FPS and how you can pause the game or even just parts of your game. As you can see, when I press pause, the entire game stops, even the animation. And I'm not just slowing down time so much that you can basically not see it anymore. The game update loop is literally not running at this moment. So let's look at the code. At first I have this time namespace. In here I store time_start and update time that I can then use everywhere else in the project. To get these values I use the query performance counter function from Windows to get the elapsed time since Windows started. And from that I calculate the time since the game started and how much time it took to render one frame. I can set a FPS limit, and should one frame be rendered faster than that time, I use a waitable timer to wait until I continue rendering. The waitable timer has a precision of 1 millisecond. So if I target 60 FPS, that take about 60 milliseconds, I would start the next frame somewhere between 16 and 17 milliseconds. I used the sleep function in the past, but that one has at best only a precision of 16 milliseconds, so it could take up to 32 milliseconds until the next frame is rendered. In the future, I might even look into getting the precision even higher, for example using RDTSC directly, but I think it's good enough for now. So then I have a game time namespace that also has a time since start and update time. The difference here is that I can pause this time. So if one of these booleans is set, I don't advance time. And should there be a lag spike, I slow down the game time, so all the entities in the game don't jump forward as much. But I mean, in the best case scenario, lag spikes shouldn't happen in the first place. In addition to not progressing time, I also don't call the update function of the map scene. This way I don't even have to run any of the game update code, and I basically only update the engine. In debug builds I can just pause the game at any time, for example for debugging or to take screenshots at specific moments. So that's it. How do you handle time in your game engine? Do you do anything vastly different or pretty much the same? Let me know. Until then, thank you for watching and see you next time.